Check it out. Check it out. We live. I got my boy Reggie, man. We got a lot to talk about. NIL is going crazy. And, we've been talking about this for a while. But we got bench warmers, third string guys. I'm not even saying backups because the backup is a backup. The third string guy is a bench warmer. You can't be third string and asking for $100,000 to stay at the school, especially in college football when we have the transfer portal and I can get somebody better than you immediately. This isn't old where you be like, well, I'm either going to leave and I'm going to jump in the portal. And when you bring somebody in, which wasn't the portal, but when you bring somebody in, they got to sit out. Or you got to bring somebody from a lower division and then they can, come. Well, matter of fact, anytime you went up, you have to sit out. So this ain't even back then where, like, you could hold it over your head to where you couldn't get those guys. Bro, I can get somebody better than you right now. And the thing is, I'm wondering, like, who is in these kids' ears of saying, hey, man, tell them you need that bread so you can stay. As a player, because think about it, these kids aren't the kids that have NIL, because at some point we know NIL is going to seep down into high school for everybody. It hasn't got to Texas, but it's like in 35 states already, right? And then we know once it hits high school, then eventually more middle school kids will get it. And then, some maybe elite of the elite fifth, sixth graders might start getting that. But, man, why are these guys acting like they don't know the hierarchy of football just because money's involved? Since when could you ever tell the coach anything? Anything. Give me 1 second. Why is this out? This over there. But when could you tell the coach anything as a third string guy that you want something to happen? You can't tell the coach nothing. You better be quiet. You better not miss no meals. You better go to class. These dudes are making demands for a large amount of money. What do you think the problem is with what's going on with NIL right now that you see?
So I always say, bro, it goes back to the star rankings. It goes back to what I did in high school, stuff like that, right? Because a lot of these kids think I'm at Maryland, so Maryland's not a big time D1, so they need me, right?
Yeah.
They don't understand, like, dude, this is still college ball. But they thinking like, well, Maryland isn't here, so I only came here because, this all I had. So y'all really need me. Like Maryland ain't. And I think that's what, like, the mindset gets mixed up at. People are willing to take their lumps and sit in the back at an Alabama or Michigan or the big time schools, but they'll go like to a smaller Power 5 and pretend like they're doing the school a favor. So that play get that in their mind. Well, I was a dog in high school, so you need me to be here, bro. You third string.
Facts. Third is third. I don't care if you're at the worst school in the nation. Let's just say Alcorn State University of the Blind. You're still third string there. Like wherever you third string at is your third string at. And even if you're at Bama, you still don't have any bargaining tools as being the third string guy.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara had to leave because he wasn't getting the thing. And fine, we'll just get some more guys. You don't have a bargaining chip as the third string guy.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of these guys do too. Even at the smaller schools, they all think I'm doing this school a favor, and I'm like, dude, like these people can replace you at any given moment. Like you mentioned earlier with the transferring, there's no sit out guys now. These guys coming and playing right now. So you talking about something? They don't understand. Like trying to over leverage yourself. You can put yourself out of situation by over leveraging yourself. That's how I work in investing. Like if you over leverage, you can blow your account.
And when you do that, these coaches are talking because they all mad, so they're trying to figure out a way to band together. Of if this is happening to you, I don't want to maybe take now a lower tier school might take them, but the equivalents don't want to do it because they know that now these other kids are here. Hey, he basically strong-armed his way to another school or the money. So now you might be in Maryland. Kansas ain't taking you. Iowa State ain't taking you. Now you might go get, Texas A&M Commerce and still be in school, but they gonna talk. Hey, because the first thing I know is having friends in school that coach is, hey, I see you got some boys in the portal. What's up with them? They're not just going in the portal and be like, 4-star, get them. They're going to call that coach and get intel. He tried to strong arm us for $100,000, coach. He was third string. He missed class. Everything's going to come out. Because they know one day they might be coaching together or might need a job. So they're going to give that intel and help that other coach out. I don't need you anyway, so it is what it is.
I think a lot of those guys fail to understand what production, value add, and role mean. Like you third string in Maryland. I don't remember Maryland having a 1,000-yard rusher.
Exactly.
So that means you didn't even have a third of that, right? So it's like, dude, like you have like you asked earlier, who's in their ear? It's people who are watching these news clippings thinking everybody can get money. Like, dude, $100,000? What are you doing for $100,000 in actuality? What are you really doing?
Facts.
It's different because it's like you look at the rankings and the stars come out of high school. People think they're one thing. They get onto this campus and there's a guy on there who probably ain't never was ranked ever, and he a dog, and he just want to play football. And then y'all coming in with y'all false brands. You don't have a brand. You got an idea of you think everybody knows you for being cool, but the people
you got 3,000 followers on IG,
and all of them your high school people. They ain't got no money. Your neighborhood followed you because you was a dog.
Nobody outside of your immediate circle that you grew up with knows. So you, like I said, these aren't even 3,000 people from outside. These are literally your high school friends and their parents.
Yeah. So they like whoever's trying to like get leverage. Well, I'll leave. Where are you going? Like as an adult, somebody has to be in their ear saying, "Look, man, I know what you think you're gonna get, but let's make this make sense." Not even at my job. As a parent, if I'm talking to my kid, bro, I can't go to my boss and say, "Yo, I'm gonna leave unless y'all gonna give me another $50K raise." Okay, bye. like this is the real world. Is, dude, who are you?
Yeah, and it's so crazy because if you go into some of my statuses about this and post about it, there's grown men on here like, no, he deserves to be able to this, and in the NCAA been making money. No, the people that deserve the money are the people that deserve the money. And the people that get to ask for raises are the people that get to ask for raises. And what do I mean by that? The guy that deserves the money is the guy that's out there playing, one, if you're already in school, right? So now it's on production once you get to college. And the people that, so those are the guys that get to ask for raises or move around. The people that deserve the money in the beginning is what I was able to put on film in high school. Now, how much I deserve, that's on you, but you have to be productive in high school to deserve the 100 million, have a legitimate brand, face value or whatever. And then when you get to college, all the maybe, because it's like drafting, right? You draft LeBron at number 1. You hope he does good, but he gets the $100 million shoe deal with that because of where he was at, which would be LeBron would be a 5-star. Now, in order for LeBron, LaMelo, Giannis, anybody else to get the big contract, it now goes on to your production. If you have no production, you don't get to literally make demands. People's like, no, I get to do, he should be able to do this. I said, let's take this out of college football for a minute. You're at the job. You are the 3rd best computer guy out of 3 now, not out of 10. You're the 3rd best computer guy at your job out of 3. And now you go up and say, you know what? I'm going to leave unless y'all give me, like you said, the $50,000 raise. They will be like, bye. I can bring in a guy just as good as you and get them for less money. Now, if the first guy that's running the business is going, he might get, a cause to be able to say, this is what I'm doing. But you're not him.
But you know what, though? Here's one of the misconceptions of NIL. And you mentioned like somebody in the comments. Every athlete didn't get messed over in the NCAA.
Facts.
Because every athlete wasn't somebody who people was coming to see. The NIL only applies to the people who are producing and putting butts in the seats. It ain't just because you was on the team, you're supposed to get paid too. Hell no. That is not how that works. Like, you with the practice, cool. You ain't play. Nobody knew you. Nobody bought your jersey. Nobody had no signs in the stands. Nobody wanted your
See that
autograph.
back there, that 15? I came in, I was number 28. Nobody was ever any good at KU. My true freshman year, I get 28. After week 1, 28s are in the store. I switched to 15, 15s are in the store. The reason why I say that is those were both my jerseys that I wore. I knew that was my number. People were obviously buying them, they were selling them. People came to see me. But like you said, everybody didn't get messed over. There's only about 5 jerseys at Walmart on the team. And if you like, and I guarantee you, if you go to Bama, there's more than 5 because they have more than 5 really good guys. But in most schools, there's like 5, and probably only 2 of them really need to be in there. But they ain't just gonna put 2 guys in there. But
Right.
bro, nobody came to see you, man. They ain't here for you, Otis.
But see, people jump in the comments because they see online, oh, athletes, bro. Athletes are going to school. They going to school. They got a meal plan. They got a place to live and chill and get a degree. Cool. For those who reach the level of stardom, okay, there should be some sort of negotiation to talk about some boom, 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 right? And if a guy's coming in and he's a highly touted recruit with a big brand who's bringing more eyes, like if I go to a school in the Midwest and I'm from the South, and now my stardom has brought Southern fans to the Midwest, okay, I deserve some deal. But if I'm just on the team, I showed up and I'm just here, no, you don't deserve to get no check over
17 catches, 183 yards, and they mad because they ain't getting 100,000. And mind you, I'll even take it off production. You give me that you got 1 million on TikTok, you got maybe 80,000 on IG, you got a YouTube. Let's talk, because there are people that aren't particularly caring about your stats, but they just want to watch you play because they know you from outside of ball.
Yeah.
Jake
Yeah.
Paul gets paid a lot not because of his boxing skill, but I put a lot of butts in the seats.
And they built something,
right?
They actually built something.
Exactly. And kids don't understand that. You are not a person that's being productive on the field, and you are a person that's not putting any butts in the seat, but you want money for what?
Bruh, you talk about you go to a kid page, he got 2,000 followers, 2 posts. Name me a company who's gonna give you some money. Like, you have no profile pic.
Fact.
What you doing? Like, all this trying to be mysterious stuff and get money on the back end. In retrospect, a lot of these guys are messing NIL up. They are messing the market up bad because they're pushing like a certain narrative that everybody should get this money. Okay, so that means the NCAA can say, well, we'll just give everybody a blanket number. You already saw what the president said. You know, everybody should get 30. I don't think everybody should get 30 grand, bro. That's crazy. Everybody get 30,000. People won't even play. Soccer team, everybody get 30. All right, cool. So
I'm mad because I want my million.
Like, I'm playing. They got my jersey on. Everybody's coming to see me. I'm on every ESPN clip because I'm making these spectacular plays. But I still get the same as the scout team guy.
Facts.
No way. And that's why I think the NIL was a great idea. But it's stuff like this. I want 100,000, bro. Probably somebody in your family has never seen 100,000. You probably don't even come from $100,000 house. Where did you get this number from? And do you have the common sense, the financial literacy to even understand what $100,000 in Maryland tax-wise actually means?
Facts. And just like I said, as a college student in Maryland, and there's just a lot of things that the fans are jumping on in the wrong way. I'm all for the athletes. Like I said, I want them to get paid, but you have to deserve to get paid. Now,
you gotta deserve to get paid.
If they was like, we're just going to bump up scholarship checks to, okay, in Kansas, when I was off campus, it was $863. Okay, Kansas, you're bumping up to 2 bands. Bet, good. Everybody get them 2 bands. Across the board, all the athletes, that's just cost of living. But when we talk about this is literally eat what you kill when it's NIL. So why are you wanting 100 bands when they literally say the 3rd string running back at Maryland, one, we don't know the first string running back there, let alone second or third, right? Because it's eat what you kill. Because people was literally like, well, Arch Manning got $2 million to be the third string. Once again, why are y'all acting like y'all aren't human beings and don't understand that this man has a uncle that's in the Hall of Fame, another one that'll probably go within next year or the year after. His dad played in the league. His brother was very good, right? The grandfather played in the league. The dad was very good at Ole Miss. He got the Manning last name. He was the #1 recruit for a time in the nation. How are you comparing him to the third string running back that I don't even know at Maryland? And that's where, like I said, it's not only the players, but it's the delusion from the outside of everybody should get paid. No, we're not saying you shouldn't get more on a Scotty check for cost of living, whatever, because people are struggling just on the living, right?
Yeah.
But we're not saying that Arch Manning is equal to the third string running back at Maryland. And once again, when we talk about money, people literally come to see Arch Manning warm up at UT. Literally. They really want to watch him throw the ball, be on the sideline, and just to get an autograph after the game. Nobody is coming to see the third string running back sit on the bench and warm up. They don't care. The people that's giving them $1 million. What you do on the field means nothing to me. What's on the back of your jersey means everything to me. So I keep telling people, let's stop acting ignorant to the fact of why even Shedeur, who played really good this year, will get more money than a quarterback that might have better stats. His dad is Deion Sanders. Also, Shedeur, Shiloh, and the Sanders are willing to promote. They're willing to have personality. They are willing to continue to post on their page.
And that's what Prime be talking about. A lot of these boys be just trying to get name, image, likeness deals, but they don't even use their name. They don't have nobody know who you are. No image. What likeness of you can I actually use to get an ROI on it if I give you money? So if I can't pay you for you to produce on the field because you don't play, and I can't pay you to do a commercial, what am I giving you money for again?
Facts. Like I said, they got collective deals. Shedeur and Shiloh, Caleb Williams, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese have NIL deals. These other guys have collective deals.
Mm-hmm.
Just to basically be on the team and then can get bigger ones because of how good they are on the team. NIL deal is you doing commercials, you doing advertising, marketing, a brand. These dudes aren't doing that. Like Deion said, name me 5 people that you see on TV or doing commercials or being on magazines. NIL deal, collective deal, two different things.
Two different things. Two completely different things. But everybody is calling it NIL. I'm just like, bro, it's not NIL. These are payments. Like I read one contract, the NIL collective was paying everybody like $900 a month to do one appearance to a nonprofit joint. Okay, that's fine. $900 a month ain't $100,000.
Facts.
$100,000. There needs to be some sort of a return on that.
Facts. Calling a collective deal an NIL deal is the exact same thing as saying an NFL contract is an NIL deal. Because all they're doing is paying you to basically play on a team and be on this team in college for those collectives. They're just trying to hold their roster intact with those collectives. No, OBJ would have an NIL deal when you do all the things he's doing. Tom Brady would have an NIL deal. Patrick Mahomes has NIL deals in the pro sense because they're doing commercials. These other guys, once again, you might make a little club appearance, right? That's a small NIL, and that's fine. You're gonna get a little bread like that. But the real thing is the collective is basically the NFL contract of what the team's paying you to be on the roster.
I'm glad you said that about the club. Let's keep it in that, in like that sense. If the club slaps you on a flyer, who's showing up?
You showing up.
Who's gonna come watch?
Yeah, that's what I said. A lot of these dudes, like I said, when I say you showing up, you showing up. It's gonna be you for most of these guys. Who's showing up? You showing up.
You.
But if Shedeur come to Dallas and he on the flyer, they packing it out. They gonna have to pay Shedeur probably $250,000 because it's gonna pop. they put that third string running back on Maryland on that flyer, they're gonna lose money.
And they gonna think bro a default picture. Like, oh, they just put somebody on there, just like a stock picture. Like, cause like, bro, because then if you put yourself on the flyer with the Maryland uniform on, you just prove the NCAA's point of you can't build a brand without the school. So if you outside that Maryland gear and you on a flyer or you on a commercial, don't nobody know who you are, you don't have an NIL.
Facts.
So we have to start looking at it from that standpoint. But the moment you say, oh, I'm the third string guy from Maryland, I play ball at Maryland, you're leveraging Maryland. Maryland ain't leveraging you.
Facts. And it's so crazy because I had a conversation the other day about like me interacting with like NFL guys and college guys. And I was like, man, you don't even care if these NFL guys, see, when you go in on them. I said, for one, I'm only giving facts. I said, I make it funny, but I'm literally telling you and teaching why they got beat. I said, now think about this. My comments are open. How many blue checks do you ever see in my comments saying I was wrong? Or them guys pulling up and saying that I was wrong? So they know it. So there's nothing for them to do. Two, I say the big thing about me is just like what NIL is for the good guys, my image, my brand that I have on is not contingent on NFL guys. They can leverage my platform. I can leverage whatever they did. So we are mutually beneficial if we need to be.
Yeah.
You are only beneficial if you're able to use the Maryland name. Right? And that's the difference. So I can leverage them. They can leverage me if I'm talking good, bad, or indifferent about them. I tell a lot of people, and I say, I'm not even lying. I said, basketball is a little different. But in football, if you put up a large amount, because think about it, most people don't know what these guys look like, except for the top. 90% of the guys in the NFL, if you put their picture on the internet next to my picture, it'll be very telling. Like, a lot more people know who DP is because you see my face all the time. If I go get you even two really good guys, Snead and McDuffie, great cornerbacks. If I just go put their picture up outside of Chiefs fans, and be like, who is this guy? And put no context behind it. Right? And just be like, who is this? People ain't gonna be like, oh, that's Trent McDuffie.
And that's no shade though. That's like
there's
real,
not like sit their dogs. Because that's the helmet and how it's played different. But if I put OBJ up anywhere in this world, right? People gonna be like, oh, that's Odell Beckham Jr., that's LeBron James, that's Tiger Woods. So that's what I tell a lot of these football guys. As y'all try to big time people and think you this and that, most people really don't know you outside of that fan base.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want to just give you a lot of money if only your fan base knows you. Because your fan base will support one time. Oh, let me go get the DP jersey. Boom, I got my DP jersey. If you get outside of it, it's a lot more people that even if they go one time, it's a bigger group of people. And that's what I
would tell anybody though. I'll tell all these guys, if you really want to like negotiate stuff, understand who your market is. Can you go to a business and say, yo, my followers range between this age and this age, they from this city, this city, this how much my engagement. If you don't know your numbers, stop asking for stupid numbers.
Facts.
Because you're trying to do a business deal through some fake agent who you think is your agent, and neither one of y'all understand metrics. So you're trying to play a big boy game, and that's how they end up with these bad contracts. Yo, these balloons are crazy, bro. What's up with the balloons?
I don't know. My hands right.
What's the balloons, man? It's crazy.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's the first time the balloons that ever hit the screen, bro. That's the first time.
They just popped up. I'm like,
I literally have no idea. I literally look like he clicked something.
But now,
yeah, they don't know. They don't know their numbers. And like I said, it's good to have that fan base. And when I'm talking about fan base, not a legitimate fan base you built, but you're using the fans of Alabama as well. They know me. Well, yeah, they watch Alabama football. But we're trying to bring multiple people in, and they like a lot of different players. So all the fans aren't just going to support you. You might not be their favorite guy. So therefore, this doesn't work. But now when you created a real fan base, Go show me your Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your social media, your YouTube. Now I know when we drop this, because you have built a real fan base, they will support this shirt. They will support the shoes. They will support this because those are your fans.
Yeah.
The Alabama fan base is not your fans. They're a fan of you.
Yep.
These are my fans. These people are a fan of me. Along with Nick Saban and everybody else. And they don't understand that.
You transfer, that little fan base is gone.
Exactly. They ain't buying. So imagine going from Alabama, telling somebody you want this deal, but you don't have your own brand and fan base. But then they sign you to this deal, and all of a sudden you go to Toledo. Like, it's like, bro. But once again, if you have your own brand built, you can go to China. And we're going to still get it popping with you.
Yeah. But that takes work, though. And this goes back to what you asked, and we can kind of wrap up on this one, too. Starting in high school, everybody wants to go to the main D1s because they really don't want to build their own lane. You know, guys like Shador and them, Travis and them, who can go to Jackson State, blow up. Go to CECU, blow up. It don't really matter. But if you're only going to these programs that are already established and thinking you're doing something at a pro program that's already a well-oiled machine, can you do that somewhere else? LeBron James went from Cleveland to Miami to Cleveland to LA. He's a winner. Like, can you do that? If you can, you have something. If you're relying on the system, just play your role. Play your role, keep moving.
Facts.
And that's it.
And to wrap the point up, I always tell people my experiences, not to say, look at me. I only can tell my experiences because they're my experiences. So I say this to wrap the point up. There's my Kansas jersey behind me, another one over here. When you go online, and when I talk about Kansas football or I'm coming into town, I'm one of the most loved Jayhawks out there because I built a relationship with fans. I have a true fan base of people that like me. I was, like I said, the jerseys was in the stores. I was productive. There's guys that have played in the NFL for years and years and years that were more productive in college maybe than I was, obviously more productive in the league. But when they come into town, ain't nobody worried about them because it's about building the relationship and rapport. So a lot of people still don't understand just because you're good does not mean you will get NIL deals because, once again, if there's no rapport of you and the fan base and you didn't create that on your brand, they're going to be like, dang, that dude got a lot of yards. But when we look at his IG, he don't got a lot of posts. He don't got a lot of followers. Then the reason how you get a lot of followers is you can be extremely good. But if you're just really good, a couple of people will follow you. But you then got to engage with them. You got to interact with them for them to become a fan of you, not just a follower. People think followers are fans. No, we want to see how many people are commenting, how many people, when you put a link, is going to click that link.
Yeah.
But when you don't have a real fan base and engagement, people aren't going to click that link.
No.
So they're just like, no, I follow you, bro. I'm not trying to buy nothing from you. I followed you because you was a receiver on my team. Or, shoot, I like LSU that played Ohio State. You went off first, so I'm going to follow you. Don't mean I'm going to buy some Ohio State gear from yours. And that's another misconception is people think followers equal real money. No, you have to understand without engagement and interaction, people are going to be like, no, I look 500,000 views, 2,000 likes, 100 comments. We can't do nothing with you, bro. They'll literally take that 10,000 views with 8,000 likes and literally 200 comments, and they're going to be like, that's fine because we know these people going to buy these shirts when we drop them. Because look at, in which obviously that's high, but to give an example, make it extreme, if you can have way lower numbers, but if you got 500 people liking your stuff and 500 people commenting on your stuff, people going to be like, bet, compared to the person with 1 million likes and then literally 100 comments. Because they're going to be like, there's no engagement and people don't care about them.
Yep. That's double tapping and moving.
Yep. That's why people like being independent. That's fine. I have my core base and they're going to buy when I drop. Instead of trying to do all that, no. Let me get my 1,000 fans to buy the $1,000 CD and we good. I'm going to make $1 million.
Good. I'm going to keep doing the same thing. I can sell to my same people over and over.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that we do need to see in the near future is a lot more education of these kids understanding it's not about you just making a play to get the big money. It's not, and once again, there are kids, but I'm excluding the top of the top. Talking about the average kid, right? The second string guy at Maryland, third string guy at Maryland want to be mad. Even the starting wide receiver at Texas Tech, bro. I don't care. You had 800 yards. You don't deserve $500,000 from Apple because you had 800 yards.
Right.
Is the brand building? And I've even seen a lot of guys that made a lot of money through NIL still cost themselves so much because you go look at their page. It's dang. Their last high school picture, they played 3 years at, let's just say, Maryland. They only got 2 still pictures from their Maryland career there. Like, bro, build that profile up. And if you got $1 million, if you would have built your profile up, you would have got $3 million.
Yeah.
Why do you think the Sanders post every day? Bucky's gonna give you a video every day. Stay looking at us. Stay looking at us. Stay looking at us. Shedeur and Shiloh do not need to, and I'm not talking about Deion's money. They don't need to play in the NFL with the money that they have made and will make this year. They could literally just go start their own business, live life, and as long as they don't blow their money, live really, really good for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's because they built a brand. Shedeur stopped playing right now.
Bro.
His clothes will still sell if he never played it down in the NFL.
Storytelling. But a lot of these kids don't know how to communicate. So they don't build a brand because they don't know how to tell who they are. Saying I'm a dog is not a sentence.
I'm him. I'm a dog.
Okay. That's, I guess, what does that equate to? So, yeah, bro, I think, Buddy from Maryland, as you can see, we kind of went on a whole different lane because it was that insignificant. So if you're not even like made for like major long points of being talked about, come on. Now, if a star would have asked for it and Maryland would have said no, it would have been a whole different conversation. Like, what you mean? Oh, you don't want to
let's just say the only person I know in Maryland, Tua's brother.
Yes.
Right? Dang. Because we did talk about Tua's brother staying at Maryland when supposedly he had $1 million, deal last year. And once again, no shade to the kid because I don't know who the kid is. But the insignificance is we did not take the time to even figure out who the kid was and what his name was. Because you had Maryland in your third string. Right now, if it was the backup, even if they would have said the backup quarterback at Bama, I would be like, okay, well, who is this? He said Bama, he's the backup. Because like I said, I'm not ever going to be mad at a backup for, being ready because he can know, hey, that guy's leaving out. If y'all want me to stay, y'all might be in a bind because now I know this guy behind me is not that good. That's a good marketing strategy. If I'm the backup, especially if I'm young, and I know our starter's leaving, and I'm the next guy up, I can hamstring you. Hey, I'll leave too. Now you're down to the third string guy that you never wanted to see the field. But when you're the third string guy, you the backup's backup. So that's why I said I'm not mad about anybody doing smart business, but you have no negotiating power. And like I said, it's insignificant. We could go on all day about it, but it all tied into, all of NIL and some of the problems with it. But I didn't even take up the time to even look up the kid's name.
Right. That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, man, we gonna wrap this one up. With that, we're on Facebook on my personal page, Jamie Patterson. We're on the Raw Power Team page on Facebook. We'll be live on YouTube and X all at the same time. So be looking out for this one, and we're gonna keep bringing y'all fire. I appreciate you for jumping on. We're gonna jump out of this. I'm gonna send you another link, and we're gonna jump on the next topic.
Boom.